The call at 3 a.m. It was exactly 3 a.m. when Daniel's phone started ringing. The sound cut through the silence of his dark bedroom like a blade. He slowly opened his eyes, confused and half asleep. The digital clock beside his bed glowed red. 3 a.m. Unknown number. Daniel frowned. No one ever called him at this hour. The phone kept ringing. After a few seconds of hesitation, he answered. Hello? Silence. At first he thought the call had dropped, but then he heard it, breathing, slow, heavy, unnatural. Hello? He repeated, this time louder. The breathing stopped. Then a distorted voice whispered through the speaker. Why did you leave me there? Daniel's heart skipped a beat. The voice sounded broken, almost mechanical, but there was something familiar about it. He swallowed. Who is this? A long pause followed. Then the voice spoke again. You shouldn't have left me in that house. Daniel's blood turned cold. That house. He hadn't told anyone about that night. Not the police. Not his family. Not even himself. A year ago, Daniel and his best friend Mark had broken into an abandoned house on the edge of town. It was supposed to be harmless fun, just another stupid late-night adventure. But something had gone wrong. Mark had disappeared inside, and Daniel had run. He told everyone he lost him in the woods. But that wasn't the truth. You're lying, Daniel whispered. On the other end of the call, the breathing returned. Then the voice said something that made his stomach drop. The window behind you is open. Daniel froze. Slowly, very slowly, he turned his head. The curtain near his window was moving slightly, as if touched by a breeze, but he was sure he had locked it before sleeping. His pulse began to race. How do you know that? He asked. The reply came instantly. Because I'm close. The line went dead. Daniel stared at his phone. Call ended. His hands were shaking. Suddenly, the phone buzzed again. A new message from the same unknown number. It was a picture. Daniel hesitated before opening it. When he did, his breath caught in his throat. It was a photo of him sleeping, taken from inside his room. The angle was wrong, too close, too real. Someone had been standing beside his bed. Daniel jumped up and turned on the lights. The room looked normal, empty, quiet, but the closet door, it wasn't fully closed. A thin line of darkness stared back at him. His phone rang again. 3:07 a.m. Unknown number. With trembling fingers he answered. What do you want? No breathing this time. Only silence. Then, a whisper. I never left that house. Daniel felt the room spinning. You're not real, he muttered. The whisper grew clearer. You left me there to die. Images flashed in Daniel's mind. Mark screaming. The sound of something moving upstairs, the shadow at the end of the hallway. He remembered running. He remembered not looking back. I was scared. Daniel shouted. The lights flickered. His closet door slowly creaked open. Not fast, not dramatic, just slow enough to make his fear worse. His phone slipped from his hand and fell to the floor, but the call was still active. The voice continued speaking from the speaker. "I waited for you." Daniel grabbed a flashlight from his desk and pointed it toward the closet. Nothing, just clothes hanging. But behind them, something shifted, a darker shadow inside the darkness. His phone buzzed again. Another message. This time it was a short video. Daniel picked it up and pressed play. The video showed him standing exactly where he was now, holding his phone, watching the video. It was happening in real time. The angle was from the corner of the ceiling, like something was attached up there. Slowly, Daniel lifted his eyes toward the ceiling corner. Empty. But the video camera angle didn't lie. The whisper returned. "You can't escape guilt." The bedroom door slammed shut. Daniel ran toward it and tried the handle. Locked. He hadn't locked it. The lights went out. Total darkness. His phone screen was the only source of light now. The call timer was still running. 13 minutes. "How are you doing this?" Daniel cried. The voice changed, no longer distorted. Now it sounded exactly like Mark. "You left me." Tears filled Daniel's eyes. "I thought you were dead." "I was," the voice replied. Something cold touched Daniel's shoulder. He spun around, no one there. But the breathing was now behind him. Not from the phone, from the room. He slowly turned again. And this time, he saw it. A shadow forming near the closet, tall, unnatural. Its shape bending slightly as if broken. Two faint glowing eyes stared directly at him. Daniel backed toward the wall. "I'm sorry," he whispered. The shadow moved closer. The phone dropped again. The call ended. Silence filled the room. The shadow stopped. Then, suddenly, everything returned to normal. Lights on, closet closed, door unlocked. No shadow, no presence. Daniel stood there shaking. His phone buzzed one last time. Final message, unknown number. He opened it slowly. Just 3 words. "See you soon." The clock changed to 3:33 a.m. Daniel looked toward the window. It was closed, locked. But on the glass, written from the outside, were the words, "You never left." The next morning, Daniel was gone. His bed untouched, his phone found on the floor, the last call logged at exactly 3:00 a.m., and when police checked the abandoned house at the edge of town, they found 2 sets of footprints inside, one going in and none coming out.